This is my 1992 Mitsubishi GTO that I've spent the last 3.5 years trying to restore to get it back on the road. And in the last video, that one up there, you'll see that I mechanically got the car sorted out as well as a few electrical issues, but there's still a fair bit to do. And next to no time to do because I'm taking this car to Japest this year and there's still a lot to be done. Because although the GTO looks like it's actually put together, the bumper is resting on, as is the wing, the bonnet's not even bolted down. The rear of the car is probably the most put together part, and a lot of it needs to come back off. And that's because I'm gonna try something I've never done before, and that is to wrap a full car, because I've never wrapped a car. I have wrapped little interior bits like the TT in that video, but I've never done a full car, so this is gonna be a learning curve. And I've only really got one chance to get it right, because if I mess it up on this, I won't have time to order more wrap to get it on before we go to Japest. And speaking of wrap, this is the wrap I've got for the GTO, and as you can see by the box, I've had this for a very long time, so I don't even know if I can reuse it, but I'll give it a good go, and it's this.
And this wrap is from Vinyl Frog, and it's called Glossy Metallic Vampire Red.
And I am in love with that colour. I think it looks fantastic. And I know a lot of you at home are probably thinking, why would you wrap the car the same colour you tried to paint it? Well, that's just it. This was always the colour I was going to do the GTO. And yes, it looks okay for now, but there are a load of places where it's light and it's dark because it was a candy and I did this with rattle cans. And because the engine bay, the door shuts and the shuts in the boot are all going to be that colour red, and the paint on that actually came out okay. Thought with that red, I can stick it on and it won't be too far off, so when you open the door, the bonnet and the boot, it won't look that much different. And to put it simply, I love the colour red, and that is gorgeous. But anyway, I've never wrapped the car before. I'm about to give it a go. You're going to watch me and probably laugh because I'll get it wrong, but the first thing I need to do is take all these panels off and start prepping everything so I can wrap the main shell, get that back on, wrap all the other bits and crack on from there. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to wing it.
So when doing my research on wrapping the car, one of the biggest things that stood out to me was everyone was disassembling the car to get the best finish, because I think if you take the panels off, it's easier to tuck the wrap neatly underneath all the panels that go over the top, instead of trying to just cram it in between the gaps, because it just makes things a bit more difficult. And the finish doesn't really go that well, so disassembling the car, taking everything off that could possibly be an issue, because they also need to be wrapped. And then this hopefully will make my life a little bit easier, with this being my first time. And whilst I'm ripping all these panels off the GTO ready to throw a nice red wrap on it, why don't you jump down below and hit that subscribe button and really help me out. The channel's just hit 5,000 subscribers and I couldn't be more grateful. So let's try and grow it and get a little bit more and push for unrealistic goals. Maybe go for 10,000 by Christmas, but you know, one can only wish. And if you use social media, go give me a follow on Instagram, because I post a load of little updates on the GTO, the TT, the Porsche when I get back round to it. I post them all on there before YouTube, so if you want to stay up to date in real time, go give me a follow. And if you want to speak to me, by all means send me a DM. I always reply to them. It may take a little bit of time, but I'll always reply to a message, especially if it's someone who's subscribed to the channel and genuinely enjoys the videos and what I post. Now that the GTO is being disassembled once again, it's time to try my hand at wrapping the boot. The reason I've gone for the boot first is it's a relatively flat panel, so hopefully if I'm going to learn anything or make any mistakes, it's easier to do it on the flat surface as opposed to trying to cut around different contours and stretching the wrap and overstretching it or damaging it or even ruining it, because I'm on a tight deadline and if I ruin this wrap, I'm done for because I haven't got any spares. So from my research, one thing I did read up is the vinyl wrap relies heavily on the surface being clean, oil-free, silicone-free, grease-free. Long story short, it's a big sticker and it needs to make sure it sticks to the surface properly. So for that, I'm going to go around and degrease everything first. Then after that, I can dry it off, make sure there's no dust on the panel and get ready to lay the wrap down. The one thing I would say was quite difficult when wrapping the boot is the contour that goes down and into the rear windscreen, because you can see there's a little bit of a dip. I don't know if it's like a water runoff or a styling design from Mitsubishi, but because of that it was quite difficult to get the wrap in there properly and make sure it actually sticks, because with it being stretched and wanting to pull back, it can always pop back up and you get bubbles underneath it and the finish doesn't look great. But I'm literally just lifting the wrap, repositioning it as best I can, trying to use as little heat as possible, and then when I get around the edges I'll use a bit more heat to try and kill the memory of the wrap, and hopefully it stays stuck down.
So I've kind of wrapped the rear hatch, but before I show you, remember this is my first time doing this. I still need to do the edges and everything else, but I've managed to get the wrap down and get it within this recess, all in one piece without having to make any extra cuts or anything like that, which is good, but I just hope it stays that way because I've had to stretch it a fair bit in the corners, and I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but I have overstretched it ever so slightly in this corner. That's why these are a bit lighter than the rest of the wrap. But the good thing is the spoiler will sit on top of this, so it's purely just for a colour match. But so far, for the first attempt, I don't think it's looking that bad. And obviously I need to go around and do the edges and tuck it all in properly, but I'm quite happy with that for now. Let's just hope the rest of the car is, I say, just as easy. That was still quite difficult. That's another thing actually. If you wrap a car on a daily basis as your job, my hat goes off to you, because this is quite a difficult task. When you see all those videos on Instagram and TikTok and whatever else of people quickly wrapping the car like it's nothing, it is hard. But anyway, I'm going to cut the edges, tuck the edges and clean the boot up, and then carry on wrapping the rest of the car. So there it is, that's the boot tucked and finished. I've put the trim piece back on, I've put the wiper back on. When you come to the edges, for the first attempt, I don't think I've done that bad a job, considering, like I've said, I haven't done this before. But the wrap's going down quite well so far, so it's not that bad. The edgings look okay, they're fairly soft, there's no wrinkles, bubbles or anything, so I'm quite happy with that. And that's the same on this side here. So the boot has been finished, but what I decided to do as well is I've started working on the top piece. So this is being wrapped. It's that close to the same colour as the paint, which is what I wanted. You can't really tell, which is good, but this strip here, that's all being wrapped. It's nice and smooth. Again, there's no bubbles, and I think the finish of the wrap is really good. Got a lot of orange peel in it, but that's just how it would be if it was a normal spray job like what I painted. The only difference is, when you compare the two, the wrap looks a lot nicer. So I'm going to do the top piece, the other piece, and I'm thinking after that, my next bit is going to be the rear quarter, because that's quite a big piece and it's relatively smooth. But I think that's going to take the longest, because not only is it all curvy on the edges and stuff, but you have that recess here, and I think this recess is going to be one of the harder pieces to do, purely because when it comes up and over into the recess, then on this corner I need to wrap it down and across. And it looks a bit daunting, but if I give myself enough time, I should be alright with it. So I'm going to crack on, stick you on a time lapse, and I'll see you in a bit.
Now for the rear quarter. This is a relatively large panel, so I'm going to use magnets just to hold the wrap up so it's not flopping everywhere. But because the rear quarter, luckily enough on the GTO, is, although it's curvy, it's relatively flat as well, so I can get the wrap down on the flatter parts, and then I can use the curves with a bit of heat to pull it round just to get it to all fit in properly, smooth it all off, and just make sure it goes down nice and soft. On the window I'll put some masking tape around the rubber trims. That's because masking tape inherently stops things from sticking to it, like paint or whatever else. So if you stick masking tape around the rubber, the wrap won't stick to the tape, and then I can reposition it where I need to without having to pull it up from the window as well. It also helps when it comes to tucking it under the window, because the wrap will just slide over the masking tape and go into the contours where it needed to go. Now after all the pulling, heating, stretching and repositioning, the wrap has gone down and I'm made up with how it's come out, because I think it's going quite well.
So there is the rear quarter panel also done. Once again, it took a lot longer than I expected to, but it's gone down quite well. I think what helps with the GTO being relatively flat, even though there are a few curves and stuff you've got to get round, it's not as difficult to wrap as I'd imagine other cars to be, because you can block it all up in different sections due to all the different trim pieces, like the side skirt, the door skirts, the door, the sail panels, the twin turbo panel that goes there. So all of this quarter isn't one big piece like it would be on the Porsche, for example, because from the back it comes round as one massive piece from the start of the A-pillar all the way down to the bottom of the A-pillar, or the bottom of the wing, whereas the GTO, it's not like that, luckily enough, but because there's more little bits and it's all separate, there's a lot more little things to wrap. And because there's a lot more little things to wrap, I'm going to crack on. I'll come back to you when I've got a fair few more panels wrapped. I think you get the idea of it by now. And there's a lot to do. But I think as a colour match, I was always doing this car red, but this wrap I think has gone down fantastic next to the original rattle can job I did. So when you open the door shuts and the boot shut and all that, even in the engine bay, the wrap will match all the paintwork I've already done previous, so it doesn't look that much different. So once again, I'll see you in a bit. And I'm back. So now I've managed to get most of the other side of the car done. So I've finished the rear quarter on this side, and then I've also done the top half of the door on the driver's side. I was about to do the wing, but I had a bit of a mess up because this wing, although I bought it new off Japest, well I say new, there's a fair bit of filler in it from whoever had the car previous, so I've had to sand that out. But now I've put the primer down, you can still see the high and low spots, so once again that'll need another sand, so I'll have to leave that for now, but at least it's only one panel, I can deal with that. But what I'm going to do next is on the doors you have a trim that goes across the bottom, that is these pieces here that come out. So I'm going to wrap them, and they're what I needed those pins for, because they press in to the holes on the door using the grommets and the pins. So I've fixed that wing and I've managed to wrap it, and it doesn't look that bad. You can probably see in the light there's a fair few dimples and pimples and stuff, but that's more because I'm wrapping it in a barn, so there's dust everywhere, but you've got to make do with what you've got. But one thing I wanted to show you was the door, because I've got the door card at the bottom wrapped and put back on, and I think it completes the door quite nicely, and you can see it's got the line that goes all the way up. So the next thing is the side skirts, but these side skirts, again, like the front wings of the old GTO, sorry, I mean the old wings on the GTO, there's a lot of poor paint on them, so I've had to get the sander out, sand it all off, because whenever you put vinyl down on crap paint, as soon as you pull the vinyl back off, it takes the paint with it and your vinyl's ruined. But I'm going to wrap this door card, which is for the passenger side. I'll show you how I fitted it, and after that we can get the side skirts done.
So these door panels from factory, when the grommets are pressed in, the grommets have a seal on, so no water can get in or anything from the outside world can get inside the door. The seals I've got on the grommets that I've managed to get from Japest, as you'd imagine, are degraded, not going to work, so a bit naughty, but I've decided to put some tiger seal around the hole when I push the grommets in, just so it seals it, and I'm hoping I never have to take this panel back off, because if I do, I'm probably going to struggle, but if it works, it works. Next is around the edge of the door trim, because around the edge it's supposed to have some form of a 3M tape or double-sided sticky foam tape, whatever it is. I don't have any, so what I've done is I've cut all the old crusty foam tape off, I've given it a good clean, and I've just gone around the entire edge with some sealant, again to prevent water ingress and to keep the panel on the door, because the last thing I want going down the motorway is for this panel to fly off, because not only have I lost the panel, but it could hit another car and then I'd feel terrible. Now the last thing to do is to press the wrap panel back in, making sure all the pins line up with the grommets, and when they're in, give it a good squash to get the sealant to spread out, to glue the panel to the door properly, and then on the back there's two nuts, stick them on, tape it down until the sealant dries, and that is that done. So this is it, kind of. So the last clip you saw me do was the door trim panel thing, so that's now on. The rest of the car is as good as finished. The only thing I haven't done yet is the rear bumper, so I still need to do that, but it's the day before Japest, the sun's shining, and it'd be an absolute waste if I didn't show you the GTO in this light, because I think it looks fantastic. So where it is, there's the GTO in the light, and like I said, it would have been an absolute waste to not show you the car like this with the sunlight as it's slowly going down, because this wrap is fantastic. I love the way it looks, I love the way the light bounces off it, and I like how it changes as you go around it, and you catch it in different lights. Even when you come to the back on the combat wing, you can see the carbon fibre on the spoiler just pops, and it breaks that red up nicely, so I'm made up with the way it looks. I need to get the rear bumper finished, but not wrapping the rear bumper wasn't intentional, so I'll clip to the next clip now, but I had a bit of a mishap. So once again, this car is the gift that keeps on giving, because I went to clean the rear bumper to wrap it, and all the paint come off. Like, that black is the finish underneath, and it's like glossy, it's repelling the water, so it's as if it would be if it was on the car. So whoever rattle canned it maroon just sprayed it straight over gloss black, and then whatever rough ass after that decided to just rattle can it blue. But you can see me reflection in the paint under the paint. It's just all decided to flake off, and now I've got to get that clean and strip that down still before I can wrap any of them. So as you've just seen, obviously all the paint was flaking off the bumper, it was flying everywhere and all that, and You can't stick wrap on poor paint because as soon as you lift the wrap back up to try and reset it or move it about, you'll take the paint with it and that sheet of vinyl is ruined then. So I need to make sure I prep the bumper properly before I even attempt to throw any wrap down on it. And not only does that rear bumper need wrapping, I also need to put the car on the coilovers and fit the new alloys that I've got. So I think what I'm going to do is, which I didn't really want to have to do it this way, but I'm going to have to fit the coilovers off camera and the alloys just to get it done because I'm on a very tight deadline and I've got to leave tomorrow. But I'll see you tomorrow when the alloys are on, the coilovers are on, the rear bumper's finished and the GTO is as good as ready. So I'll catch you in a bit. And there it is. It's now 7 o'clock the day after. I've managed to get the bumper done, managed to get it on coilovers, and I've managed to get the alloys on. And I'm made up with the way it looks. So without further ado, here is the GTO. Now don't get me wrong, the wrap job on the GTO isn't amazing. It's the first time I've ever wrapped the car. I'm happy with how it's turned out because it's turned out quite well and the colour I think looks really nice and it suits the shape of the car. There are a few bits that are not perfect. I am going to go around and redo a few bits because of the deadline. I haven't really got the choice right now. For example, the front. I haven't had time to actually cut out the front vents and wrap them properly. So for now I've kind of just stuck over them and I'll have to leave it like that. And as you can see, the undertrays aren't even on. But the car is what people would say YouTube done, so it's done to the eye until you start looking around it, and that's when you start to notice the little things. But that's fine, it'll get me down to Japest, I hope, and it'll do me for the weekend, so when I get back I can fix it all properly and sort all the little bits that I'm not quite happy with. This is it, there is the GTO, and you can see it's on the coilovers. It's got a really nice fitment, and I've got these bronze rotor grid alloys. The rears are 10 inches wide, which I didn't know until I bought it, but these are 18s by 10. The front are 18s by 8.5, and considering that a 10-inch wide wheel, I've put max camber on so you can see the wheels proper tucked, because it's the only way I can run it without it hitting the arch, but it doesn't even look that bad. And it's took me 4 years almost to get the car to this point, and I'm so glad as a project I stuck with it because I think it looks amazing, and you just don't build cars like that anymore. It's got such a nice character to it, it's got style, and it's got its own personality, which is the biggest thing for me. That's going to be it for this video, guys. I now need to jump in the GTO and drive down from where I am to Silverstone, which is going to take me around 2.5 hours. It's 7:30. Last entry is 10 o'clock, so I'm cutting it fine. So I need to get going because I also need to put a tent up when I get down there, get some sleep, get up early and get down to Japest. But if you like what you've seen today, remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get an update every time I post a video, and I'll see you in the next one.
Lie awake at night? Are you afraid to turn out the lights?